Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Creator Lab Classroom. I'm Robin Raskin. We founded the Creator Lab in partnership with NAB. For those of you who haven't been here before, we have grown a lot in the past couple of years, which says something about the appetite for people who are creating content to want to know more and more. So throughout the next 3 days, this space was built for hands-on learning. If you want to go to hear people and their ideas and some wonderful speakers, you'll go over to our stage. If you want more news you can use and take home with you, spend time with us here in the classroom. And I think what we've seen more and more, especially since that AI has crept into our lives, there's a hunger across the spectrum for people to understand what's going on. So who thinks they're an expert in algorithms, especially YouTube algorithms? Probably nobody is right. I don't see a big show of hands, but we got one for you. And our next session is really going to look at understanding YouTube's algorithms. I am so delighted that René Ritchie is here. René is the editorial director and creator liaison at YouTube, and he'll be in conversation with dear friend Jim Louderback, publisher and editor of Inside the Creator Economy. I urge you to follow it. I urge you to make this your sort of home to learn for the next 3 days. And with that, I'll bring René and Jim onto the stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I don't know if you know René. He's amazing. He's the creator liaison. Come over here. I'm just going to strike these over here. All right. And I do want to say as we get into this, it's an AMA. I will be out like this, going out and asking you guys. You got a question, I'll come over there. And then if you start going on and on, I'll take the mic away. And the other thing I'll say is don't ask questions about your individual channel. Don't say, oh, my shorts suck. What do I do? Be more like, how do I make better? What's your recommendation for the top 3 ways to be successful on shorts is a much better question than how do I fix my own shorts, right, René?
Yeah, tech support is hard, but giving people strategy is good.
So I have a ton of questions that I could ask him, but he would rather hear from you guys. So who wants to ask the first question? All right over here, sir. Go right ahead.
Any questions?
Hey Renee,
Hi.
I asked you this question actually at Vid Summit, but we'll see if there's been any progress on it, and it has to do with the A/B testing on thumbnails.
Yeah.
Right now, if you upload a video and you put different thumbnails in for A/B testing, that A/B test starts immediately when you upload it. But I have that stuff privated, and it's shown early to my channel members, so that starts ticking right away. So if it's a couple of weeks before it goes public, all of those have expired already, and I have to restart the entire A/B test. Is there a way? Are they thinking of maybe a way that you can designate a date to where that A/B test might start?
So nothing in the plans right now. It's a good question. I can bring it to them. My only recommendation for now is to start the test when you go public. That'll be the fastest way to get the results. And also for A/B testing in general, the amount of difference matters. Like some people will try shirt color and they won't see a big result. And it's just because the bigger the difference, the smaller the difference, the higher the view velocity you need. So for small differences, you need millions and millions of views. For big differences, thousands and thousands of views. So aim for big differences at first.
Great advice. How about anybody back over here? Who's got a question? All right, right here. Yes, sir.
Have you found that live videos like that were live and are now just videos on the channel perform better as a single video than videos that get uploaded?
Do you mean like whether it's better to archive a live or whether it's better to edit it and upload it as its own video?
No, not a premiere. Just like if someone goes live on a channel and then, they end it and it becomes its own video.
Yeah.
Do those videos perform better overall just because of the nature of the algorithm? I guess we're talking about algorithm. I'm curious if those get a little bit more juice or something.
So the way the YouTube algorithm works is there's no like idea of juice. Everything is based on audience reaction. So the answer is it will depend on your live stream. There might be some channels where the lives are really compelling. People love to watch them. They have a very long shelf life, and people come back to watch the replays maybe over and over again, and then those will overperform. But it could also be that the lives are like slow paced or like are news based and they have a very short shelf life and like nobody cares what the stock performance performance was 2 weeks ago, so those get very little replay value. In general, we've seen putting those lives up does help the channel, but it would really depend on what the content of those lives are. And it's probably also good to do clips and to do shorts based on those to feed people into it.
Questions up here? Anybody else? Okay, right. I'm running over to you. Thank you, sir. Here you go.
So I do streams on OBS and Streamlabs. Is it better for me to use a third-party application or better to go through the YouTube's platform to do a stream?
So YouTube wants to be really principled. We don't want the tools that you use, like if you use our editor or not, our live room or not, we don't want that to affect any terms of reach or juice of the thing. We should make it an amazing experience regardless of what you use. That said, sometimes features will roll out first party first. Like, for example, we just launched multi-aspect streaming, dual aspect streaming. So you can go live in both horizontal and vertical at the same time. And vertical is appealing because you go in the shorts feed. So there's a huge potential for discovery. And we rolled that out a few months ago. Now we're rolling out the third-party tools for that. So you'll be able to use OBS or vMix or Ecamm or something, make unique like custom canvases and go live in both ratios. It just takes a little longer to build out the more advanced versions of those tools.
Any questions back here? Since I'm in the back and you guys standing is good. Anybody want to raise their hand on a question? I've got one right over here. Go ahead.
We often see for YouTube Shorts that we have strong performance on an individual piece for a few months, and it falls off the cliff, then there's nothing for a month, and then out of a sudden, performance picks up again. So our stakeholders usually want to know what happened, but we can't find it in the analytics.
Yeah, so that's true of both long form and short form. And the simple answer is YouTube never gives up on a video. So the way discovery works is if you and I have watched similar videos and I haven't watched the video you have, that's a good candidate. If people typically enjoy this video after this other video and I haven't watched it yet, that's a good candidate. So it goes through all these different recommender models. But what sometimes happens is it runs out of audience. Like let's say YouTube algorithm is automated word of mouth. I tell a few friends, they tell a few friends, they tell a few friends. They run out of friends. Everybody who has seen the video has either watched it or skipped it. But a few months later, something pops up in the news. Someone searches, someone comes across it. And YouTube's like, oh, this person is interested. Who else like them might be interested? And then, oh, these people we didn't think about before, they're interested in it. And again, it could be something happens in the news. Another creator does a video similar to yours and it creates more interest and it comes up in suggested, or someone searches for it and they watch it. And then we try to find the other people like them who might enjoy it. So it's quite often there's like a triggering event and that causes like a new audience pocket. And then you find a new audience that explodes like a firework and then it dies down again and then it tries to find more.
Renee, we have a question over here. We're going to try and not step back for a minute. We're going to try because we don't want to get a lot of feedback because we're right in front of the speaker. So go ahead.
Talk about viral. Viral videos. How does it differ 5-10 years ago than what makes something quote viral today? We all want to know how to make our videos go viral. What's changed in that landscape to make something that we go viral?
Yeah, so the core concept of virality hasn't changed. I think there's just a lot more people on YouTube now. So the basic idea, YouTube focuses, the North Star for YouTube is satisfaction. It's not based on raw engagement. Back in around 2015, YouTube decided that all engagement wasn't created equal. People could watch something they didn't like. They could doom watch, they could rubberneck, they'd have a bad experience. And sure, they watched it, but afterwards they didn't feel great. We call it regretted watch time. And we want to avoid that. What we want is valued watch time. So YouTube began focusing on satisfaction as the North Star. So do people like watch the video, enjoy it? We ask surveys, we look at it, did they come back to the channel? We look at how they interacted with that. When a video goes viral, it just means that there's an exponential growth. So that same formula, like automated word of mouth, I told 3 friends, they loved it. They all told 10 friends. They all told 100 friends. They all told 1,000 friends. And it resonated so well with those people that it was easy for the algorithm to find more and more people like them who would have joined that content. So it's often something that's broadly appealing or something that's very like satisfying for that niche, but it's all based on the satisfaction principle.
Another question in the same general area. Go right ahead. I'm talking general area physically, perhaps not for the algorithm.
A couple of questions, Renee. Thanks for being here,
Yeah.
by the way. Really appreciate it. 2 questions. One, what are the early signals / indicators that YouTube identifies in a video that says this needs to be scaled up aggressively and exposed to a larger audience and get exposed to more homepages? And then secondly, there's a lot of confusion right now, I think, with shorts and duration of video.
Yeah.
What is too long? What is too short? What doesn't need to be a short? So on and so forth. So thank you.
Yeah, so for the first question, the way to think about it is YouTube doesn't push videos for creators. I think a lot of creators think like, I make a video, I put it up there, YouTube's going to push it out. What actually happens is YouTube pulls videos for viewers. So you open YouTube and in a split second, the ranking system goes out and said, which videos do I think this person is going to enjoy? And that's based on basically pre-watching the video. Like, are they likely to click on it, watch it for a good amount of time, maybe like it, maybe comment on it. Doesn't matter if you actually comment or not. People worry that comments matter. If you turn off comments, if you moderate or delete comments, does not matter in the slightest. There's no like necessity to have a ton of comments on a video, but we'll try to see if like it appeals to those people. And then we'll rank the videos for them based on the performance of the video, which is the metrics you're talking about, but also increasingly personalization. So like you and I could watch the same viral video and I could give it a thumbs down and you could give it a thumbs up. And it doesn't affect that video much, but it'll affect the way our recommendations are going forward. So I try not to get people to focus too much on metrics initially. There's also a paradox of data. So as a video goes viral, click-through rate will go down, average view duration will go down, because the quality of matches are getting, like, we're showing it to more and more people, fewer and fewer of them are engaging, but 3% of 1,000,000 is so much more than 10% of 1,000, that the views keep going up. So I think the important thing is to find your own videos, like find a low performer, find a like an average performer, find a high performer, benchmark those. And then as your other videos come out, measure them against what's happening on your channel. And then you'll see like, oh, this is what's normal for a video getting 1 million views for my channel. This is what's normal for a video getting 10 million views. And you'll build out your own index and that'll change over time. Oh, and the second one, shorts duration, we try not to have an opinion. We don't measure watch time for shorts. We want you to be able to do short shorts. We want you to be able to do long shorts. Some people like short shorts, so we'll give them more. Some people like longer ones. We'll give them more of those. We try to be principled and neutral about it.
So another question back over here that's more around subscribers and views and all that, but I'm paraphrasing. Go ahead.
So my question is, even though we might have a certain subscriber count, but it seems like a lot of times the subscribers, not all of the subscribers are seeing the new content that's coming out. It's not put into their view and they might even have notifications on. So can you explain, is there an algorithm that keeps them from seeing our, I mean, if I have like 100K, I expect at least 100K eyes on it.
Yeah. How many channels do you subscribe to?
Okay. Based on whatever profile, there might be maybe 10 to 20. Okay.
Yeah. And do you watch every video they put out?
No, but also I find out that some of the stuff that I missed is because it somehow disappeared from my.
Yeah. So the challenge that YouTube has, that everybody has, is there is almost effectively infinite content and there's very finite attention. And there's this idealization that goes, like, we've had that before. We had someone come to us and they said we could talk about this and said, hey, my boyfriend says he hasn't seen my video. What is going on? And we said, can we go and look? And we said, yes. We said, we gave him the thumbnail 18 times and he didn't click. He doesn't recall seeing it. Maybe he clicked on Mr. Beast. Maybe he clicked on Call Her Daddy. Maybe he clicked on something else. The thumbnail was there. He didn't see it. So we have the subscription tab where anybody can go at any time. A lot of people don't use it anymore. I still use it every day. People can go there every time. The issue is that they subscribe to so many channels that they don't have an ability to watch the stuff. And also, like, if someone subscribed last week, they will get way more from the channel they subscribe to. If they subscribed 10 years ago and they haven't watched ever since, they will probably get very little because it's such a decayed signal. It's just, they're like, they were 16, they loved this Go With Me tutorial. Now they're 26 and they're watching like how to start a business stuff. And it's just they come to YouTube, they have time to watch 3 videos. They pick 3 videos they're going to watch. If you ask them, they say, oh, sure, I'd love to watch your video. But when their behavior showed that they're busy watching like business videos now. So it's just like supply and demand.
Renee, over here on stage left. No, over here.
Yes,
Right,
sir.
here we go.
Hey, Renee. Let's talk about collaborators, because that's the big thing that I've been really trying to get into and trying to give the people that I'm doing collaborations with to understand that this is something that goes on my channel and then goes on their channel, but I control it. What's the best way to get them to basically understand that this is a way for all of us to win by doing collaborations?
Yeah. So the way collaborations work on YouTube are a little bit different than other platforms. So when you have a collaboration on YouTube, the host of that channel has the video, has the analytics, earns the income, and it's on their channel page. You can have up to 5 collaborators on a video. That does not go on their channel page. They can put up a shelf that will show their collabs if they want to, but it's optional. You can choose to share analytics with them if you want to. That's optional. The income still goes to the channel that's hosting it. But what it does do is put that video, it will not send notifications. We don't want to spam anybody's notifications. But what it will do is go into the subscription feed for all the channels, and it will be recommended. Won't guarantee it'll be a candidate for recommendations for everybody who we think would be interested in those videos. We never want to put a video in front of somebody who isn't interested, because it's bad for your click-through rate, it's bad for their recommendations, it's bad for everybody. But if there is like an intersection of interest, we will recommend that video as well. So it's just a way to uplift. We find that it helps uplift smaller channels a lot, but it's also a great way to build community, build connections, and just grow your channel.
Okay, right up front. Go ahead, Miles.
So you mentioned that, just because somebody watches through the entire video doesn't mean they liked it, or you're not measuring the watch time, but more so the viewer satisfaction part. So how is it on our end when we're looking through our analytics? How can we realistically measure what that viewer satisfaction was with our videos, if that makes sense?
So there are ways, like you can look at the like count, which is an indicator. You can look at average views per viewer. It's also great, like average views per viewer. If you're not sure how many videos to publish, you can do like one video a week for a few weeks, 2 videos a week for a few weeks, and then go to videos published per week and average views per viewer. And you'll see like, am I saturating them and they're picking between my videos, or is there demand and thirst and they're watching more of my videos? So like those are good metrics to look at. Also just sentiment in the comments.
So I feel like I'm neglecting this part of the room. Does anybody over here have anything? I got 2 people over here who have questions. All right, I'm coming over here. Wait, you've got one? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I recently had a long form video that I worked on for a very long time and was very happy with, and ended up taking making a YouTube short out of the first 20 seconds of that video. The long form video performed better than anything had on my channel before, getting about 20,000 views, 100,000 impressions, whereas the short hit 10 million views within about a time frame of 2 weeks. Is it a good strategy to create shorts that accompany long form videos, even if it doesn't actually drive much traffic to that long form video?
Yes, and so the thing with short, some people only watch shorts. So if you don't make a short, they will never see you. Some people only watch certain topics in shorts. Like I will watch 15 seconds of dancing. I won't watch 15 minutes of dancing. Like no offense to dancers, it's just like some people feel that way about cooking. Some people feel that way about pranks. So there is an audience you will not reach unless you make shorts. And that may not be an important audience to you, but it might be a really important audience for brand building or for a variety of reasons. Also, like if you just do an extract as a short, people will watch the short and enjoy it. But if you want them to go to the long form, it's not enough. You have to make them want to go to it. So if you look at a creator like Alan Chicken Chow, or even like Real Engineering, they're very good at like doing the short and then saying, hey, if you want to see what happens next, or if you want, like, this is a solar sail on a satellite. If you want to see how the whole satellite works, click here. And they point it where the link is. They put the thumbnail up. And I'm like, yes, I do want to know that. And then I click through, and then they get huge, like related video link traffic.
Cool. There was another one at this table, and that's over here. Okay. Here you go. I'm going to just slide over here, everybody.
Hey, Renee, I work for a local news station, and one of the things that I've noticed with local news stations, a lot of them go for a quantity versus quality approach. And I feel like I've been screaming at our management, hey, we need to do thumbnails, we need to do titling for the algorithm, and just nobody's listening. So my question is, what would be your elevator pitch to news management to get them to focus on building stuff for the algorithm?
So I would do a yes and as well, because at the end of the day, like that's a high volume channel. Like you might publish 10 videos, 20 videos a day. Most people will pick and choose what they're going to watch. So, and some of it also will again have a shelf life. So if you don't watch it today, there's like someone else did something ridiculous in the world and they're going to watch that instead. But if there are videos that you think have a shelf life, that you think are like evergreen, longer term, higher quality, I would single those out and say, hey, let's run an experiment, see if we can provide higher value by doing a good thumbnail, doing this, and then use that as a proof of concept. And if those videos perform better, they'll let you do more of them.
It's a really good question. Like, how do you actually get people who don't understand the YouTube world to invest in packaging YouTube, right?
Yeah.
It's wild.
Results.
And it's amazing, like 20 years in, we still are having those arguments. Was there a question over here somewhere? Yeah, you. Good. Go ahead. Real quick.
So Google owns YouTube, or they're in partnership with YouTube. And
Google owns YouTube.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, and Gemini trains on all the Google data that they have access to. So is it beneficial to use Gemini to help writing descriptions for evergreen, like search engine optimization? Like if you're doing 20 videos a day for a news channel and you need a little paragraph, for search engine optimization, would you suggest to use Gemini to help brainstorm some of that stuff?
Yeah, so like I'm sure Google would love me to say use Gemini. Honestly, like everyone's brain works differently, and for you, like one might work better than the other. I encourage you to try all the tools, but I would also encourage you to like think like a human. So they're great, they're fantastic. I use them to find like interesting quotes in my podcasts, to pull out descriptions. You can also like give me 10 titles in the style of Mr. Beast, give me 10 descriptions in the style of Diary of a CEO. Like it's a great thing. It's a great way to iterate really fast. One of the big design principles is 100 prototypes, 10 candidates, 1 winner. And 100 prototypes for most people previously was impossible. But with these tools, you can run through prototypes really, really fast. It can help you hone in, but you should still be in control of what you think the human-to-human message is.
Yeah, keep the human in the loop. Exactly. We're right over here. Go ahead.
Hey, so from the Office Hours YouTube page that someone's watched online.
Heard of you.
They're asking, so Chad Lafarge from Columbia, Missouri asks, I'd love to know how we can get our purpose-built vMix live vertical stream to appear in the short showcase, not a crop of our horizontal cut, but our one that's designed to be vertical.
Yeah, just stay tuned. It's coming. We're working on it.
There was another question right here in the row up front. Did you have one, sir? Yeah. Oh, we asked the same question. All right. Who else? Who's got a question? Anybody? All right. I'm going all the way back over here. Excuse me. And we'll go.
Jim's going long.
Hi. I have 2 questions.
Sure.
For a kid music channel, what matters more in 2026? Repeat views from the same user or reaching new audiences? And the other one is, does YouTube recommend content different when it's bilingual, or it is better to separate language into different videos or channel?
Okay, I'll answer the second one first. So previously, there's 2 answers. One is if it's just the language, you can keep it on the same channel and do multi-track audio. So you can do audio, you can have an English track, Brazilian Portuguese track, French track, as many tracks as you want. Some people have done Klingon and Elvish tracks. So you can keep that on the same channel, and that way you build equity on the same channel. And YouTube will try to match with the right viewer. And if you do it later, like if you do the Spanish dub 2 weeks later, YouTube will try to treat that as a new video for recommendation to people who watch in that language. So there's no penalty for doing it. If the content is culturally different, like if there's video that you want to show to people in one language that wouldn't make sense in the other, then 2 channels is still a better approach. Just because like there might be a whole scene you don't want to include, you would need another channel for that. And the first question is, the answer to the first question is you want a bit of both. You want to attract new viewers and then make them into regulars. So you have to have some videos that serve your core audience. It's okay if they do less. Like sometimes someone will say, I did this video and it got fewer views. And that video was like so much more niche than the video that got a lot of views. Try to find, like, have a reasonable expectation for views. Just because one super broad topic got 1 million views, it doesn't mean like the super niche topic is going to get 1 million views. Like I did a lot of phone reviews. They were fantastic. I did a lot of accessibility videos. They were incredibly important to me, but they didn't get as many views as phone reviews. And I knew that going in. I just wanted to use, it's almost like an actor does like a giant blockbuster, and in order to fund that art house piece, there's no expectation like Knives Out will get Avengers money, but they really want to make Knives Out. So like allow yourself to make videos that service you and service your audience. Just set your expectations accordingly, and then give people a reason to come back. And that way you're still pulling in the new viewers and you're converting them to fans.
Over here on the right sides, right here. Renee, over here. There we go. All right. Squirrel.
All right, so we're from a country of 55,000 people or so. And locally viral content is maybe like 10,000 views on a video, 1 in 5 people. But as far as the global context, is publishing content from a really, really small place prioritized equally to the stuff from larger countries? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so there's 2 answers to that. One is, again, YouTube tries not to have an opinion. So it tries not to care about where you publish it, like all those things, because it could be broadly appealing. If it is something like you're reporting on a weather storm or like traffic in an area, then it will try to localize because it's important for the people in that area to get that information. So if it's things like breaking local news, that is good for people locally to know. It may not be as important to somebody who lives half a world away, but if it's broadly appealing content, we would love to make it available to YouTube. Wants every video to have the full potential possible because it's a win for everybody.
Okay, I have to ask the question. What country?
Oh, Bermuda.
Bermuda. All right,
Nice.
cool. Let's all go and we'll just boost the population up and then it'll be easier to get views. We have another question right here.
Hi, I'm wondering if you have a good advice for strategy around audio tracks on shorts, because we've gotten mixed messaging talking to others that it's potentially better to do all of your audio tracks up front with shorts because the algorithm doesn't seem to reward audio tracks coming on a short later in time. I'm curious if that's true or if it's changing or your thoughts on that.
Do you mean multi-language audio?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've built out the pipeline fully for long form video. We're still building it out for short form, but it will get to a point where, again, it's like as you do the new tracks, they will be recommended as new videos to people who would enjoy the tracks in that language. So I would build for the future.
All right, straight back here, straight back.
I'm so bad at this.
Hi, thank you. I have a question for podcast. When we have we publish every week episodes, right? But we have shorts and also segments. We don't know if we are just like oversaturating, just to grow the community or grow, the audience for the podcast. Or what do you recommend in that case for podcast because it's different on other content?
Yeah, I would try it all on the same channel. Like, for example, most views for long form and podcasts come from the home screen or the music app, but most views for shorts come from the shorts feed. So it's unlikely that they would be put in front of the same person at the same time. So it just means you're increasing the surface area of discovery for your content. Some people do separate channels for shorts. Some people do separate channels for clips. You can always test that to see if it works better for you. But if you can keep it on the same channel and it's performing well, YouTube is pretty good about making sure that people get what they want from you.
Okay, right over here, Megan.
Go ahead.
When it comes to the algorithm and going viral, is it different for shorts versus long form? Like, how does it test audiences and decide if it passes that audience and like how big is that initial audience, or does it depend on your channel size? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, so again, it's the other way around. So like YouTube is not actively testing the video. YouTube is trying to see which people would be interested in it, and if they are or if they aren't, that gives us more information about other people that might be interested. Let me find the right way. So there are differences in short. So for example, watch time for long form video is weighed more heavily because we don't want to discourage people making longer or shorter shorts. So like if we said, oh, someone only watched a 15-second short, that's not great. If the short was 16 seconds, doesn't make any sense. So we don't weigh watch time as heavily for shorts. So there's a difference there. Also, we found that people value recency in shorts more than they do in long form. If they're recommended a long form video from a year ago about the logistics of FedEx, they're as equally interested as if that video went up today. But for shorts, they seem to want like more trendy, culturally relevant of the now content. So recency weighs more for short form video. Likes probably weigh more just because watch time weighs less. But all of it is like what the audience, like who liked the video and what other people can we find similar to them who we think would also like the video.
Hey, Renee, over here, look for the pink card.
I will.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Pro tip.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
I have a question. You said YouTube doesn't push out the videos
Yeah.
to the audience. My feed picks basically the
Yeah.
video. So if I have a channel that has a niche and I do a completely different video on that channel from a different theme, it just doesn't work. Do I still hurt my channel?
Yeah,
Because
so a few things. We get this from both sides. We get, I made a niche video and it got no views, YouTube hates me, or I made a niche video and it blew up and now you're giving me the wrong audience. So like, but the truth is that YouTube actually doesn't really measure much channel wise. YouTube cares more about less about creators and channels and more about videos and topics. So if there's no, like if you have a bad video, it doesn't affect your channel because your next video could be the biggest video in the history of YouTube. And we wouldn't want to lose out on that just because we thought you had a bad video.
So I don't hurt my channel if I don't serve the niche.
No, but audiences do have expectations. So we'd like to say like same channel, same audience, same channel, different audience, different channel. So they're like, if someone goes to your restaurant and they get the best pasta of their lives every day, and they really want that pasta and they go back and you're giving them green beans, they'll be like, oh, this is not what I expected, and they may not eat it. So the expectation is like, don't expect off-topic videos to perform as well as on-topic videos. If all you want to do is grow your channel as fast as possible, use the Simpsons principle, the same but different. Give people who love you more of the same stuff to love. If that's not your primary motivator, then just know off-topic videos may take a while to find a different audience.
So the algorithm doesn't really hate me then, right?
No. Well, I mean, you specific. I don't know.
Me, I don't know. Yeah, I'm
But no, it does not punish people. It does not hate people. It wants to make people happy. Sometimes it doesn't know how to do that. Sometimes it doesn't know why you're unhappy. It will just keep trying until it makes you happy.
So we have time for maybe one, maybe two questions. So who's got one burning question they want to ask? Anybody? I don't see any hands up. Wait a minute. Anybody over here? Is there someone over there? Yes. Wait, I got one. Sorry. Oh, wait. You guys have both asked. Okay, you get a short one, and then Jeffrey gets a short one, and we're done.
Is there a place where we can regularly find information like this as we are starting our YouTube journey?
Yeah, so we have a channel called Creator Insider on YouTube, and we are publishing news on that, creator advice on that. We're doing podcasts where we put creators and executives together. We've done them on how the shorts algorithm works, how the long form algorithm works, how podcasts work. So we put everything up there.
All right, and then Jeffrey, take us home.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about shopping, and let's talk about shorts, because last time I remember shorts, if you tried to put shopping stuff into the short and your short had music, it would not display that ribbon. But now the ribbon's going to get ready to go away. So what's the plan for shorts and shopping?
I think we'll have more to talk about that later this year. What we've been rolling out now is like AI tagging, AI timestamping, shopping stickers. But we have a lot more to talk about for shopping this year. Leave it on a tease. Cliffhanger.
All right, great. I still have one more minute if anybody wants to ask a question. Burning question. You're going to make me run way over there, but I'll do it. I will do it. By the way, Renee will be back here speaking tomorrow on a panel. I can't even remember.
No, later today.
Later today on a panel.
Yeah,
What time is
Beyond
the session?
Views. I think like 2 or 3 or 4 or something like that.
Anyway, just come
at
back.
at a time later.
Here's the thing. Just stay at the Creator Lab all day and you'll see him again. And we have lots of great booths and other exhibitors you need to see. And we have a party tomorrow night from 5 to 6. And we have one last question from the Divine Chef.
Let's do it.
Okay, so when it comes to a new video going out and we're looking for the algorithm to pick up new views, new eyes, what is the percentage maybe that the algorithm works in when it comes to, is it based on the topic of the video? Is it based on the title of the video that it's going out to search for new?
It really is like automated word of mouth. So it's just like who do we think would be interested in that video based on what they've already watched, based on what people similar to them have watched, based on videos that have been watched before this video. We've broken out the stats in studio so you can see new viewers, casual viewers, and regular viewers. The regular viewers are the people who've come back more than 6 times over more than once a month for more than 6 months. Casual is once a month for less than 6 months. So you can see exactly how many new casual and regular viewers you have. And you can make videos targeting your hardcore fans and make videos targeting your new viewers. And you can start getting those numbers both to go up.
All right, you all. I want you to give a big round of applause for Renee for being
Sending a photo.
So generous in his time. Yeah, keep going while he takes a photo. Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. He's back 350 today.
350
on the stage over there. And I will say, if you like this, we're going to be doing the same thing in an event called Open Sauce in San Mateo mid-July. So there will be Renee and I doing an AMA again. So get ready for
we'll
that.
have Todd with us.
And we'll have Todd too. Yeah, we have the guy who actually develops it. What is product manager for that?
For growth and discovery at YouTube.
So it's kind of like you get 2 hits for one. So anyway, one more round of applause for Renee.
Thank you all so much.
For all of you. Thanks to NAB Show. It's lunch break. We're back with content around 1.